So here we have the greatest example of virtue signaling, and it was no longer within the confines of Twitter. This had to be moved to someone's Instagram page, and that is Bad Robot, or JJ Abrams' production company that works on movies. And it's hard to digest because it's so obscure, and maybe my vernacular or vocabulary is not woke enough. I'm not familiar with all these terms, so I apologize if I get some of this wrong. Let's try and get through this. We have about what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have about 9 slides of black images with white font to see what JJ Abrams has to say about what's going on in the world, at least in North America. Enough is enough. Okay. Enough police brutality. I'm with you so far. Enough outsized privilege. Outsized. I had to actually search this up, and I don't know what the hell it means. Perhaps we could call this emergent possibility democracy 2.0. It would be an upgrade that takes note of and prohibits all the various contradictions and machinations we have seen over the centuries. Okay, that have sometimes, and even to this day, afforded outsized privilege to some members of society at the expense of others. From genocide and outright enslavement to endemic constraint through laws that favored the few, whether through inheritance, what is out? I still don't know what outsized privilege means. Enough polite conversation. What do you mean enough polite conversation? If anything, we need more polite conversation in a world where rioting and looting is happening. We need to talk nicer to each other. We need to treat each other nicer. We need more polite conversation, not less. We don't need screaming matches. We need to have actual conversations. And politeness is a good way to start. Enough white comfort. Now, I had to search this one up too. White comfort. The danger of white comfort. Probably some ideologue. I'm not going to bother with that. That's not going to help me. 9 things I stopped doing for white comfort. What is that? Sam McKenzie Jr. White comfort. First it was white privilege. Now it's white comfort. I still don't know exactly what that means. I guess that means white people are comfortable and they don't care about other people. I don't know. I've tried to make white people comfortable to avoid physical and psychological injury. What? I don't understand. Shouldn't you make everyone feel comfortable? Shouldn't your presence alone not intimidate others? I don't get it. It's a very strange thing to say. Enough lopsided access. Lopsided access to what? To whom? Who's not getting access? Who's getting all the access? Access to what? What is this? These bizarre terms. So generic. Enough exhausting our friends and colleagues. Well, maybe if you didn't say obscure random shit, we could understand the words coming out of your mouth and the words on the page. I still don't know what half this stuff means. Enough being incurious. Okay. What should we be curious about then? What should we be mattered for? Tell me the topic of conversation here. Enough being unintentional. All right, so they intend to do something, I guess. Enough injustice. I agree. We should stop looting and rioting. That's a good idea. Enough death. Well, enough homicide. Death is inevitable. So enough criminal actions that lead to death, but not enough death. That's kind of a part of life. And then just enough. All right. We at Bad Robot are grateful to the many scholars, activists, organizers, and leaders fighting on the front lines of change in our systematically unjust country. So it's systematically. There are various systems on top of each other that are unjust. Now, it's not to say life is just, because I think nature is a hierarchy anyway, but apparently the country is systematically unjust. And they might have an argument for that. There could be various systems on top of each other that are unjust. In what context and which systems can you point to which are that way? Should be fairly simple, right? It is that constellation of thinkers and doers who have the blueprint to a more perfect, fair, equitable, and kind union. Okay. What are you talking about? The whole country? Which country? America? What is a more perfect, fair, and equitable, and kind union? Tell us. What are you talking? Give us a name. Give us a philosophy, a manifesto, a person. I don't care what. Give me something to sink my teeth into to understand what the hell you're talking about. In this fragile time, words matter. Listening is critical. And investment is required. Listening is critical. Except you don't do it with polite conversation, apparently. I don't know. You listen to people screaming. I guess that's going to help. The centuries-long neglect and abuse of our black brothers and sisters can only be addressed by scalable investment. Interesting. So, people who are black over the centuries have been neglected, and we need to give them money or invest in them. I don't know what the hell this means, but okay, fine. Yeah, you want to give money to people? Great. A massive and thoughtful overhaul of tax policy. I agree. Let's just forget overhauling the tax policy. How about eliminating the tax policy? How about that? See how many leftists will agree with that idea. One that effectively meets the needs of the many in this country and not just the few is long overdue. Okay, not sure how tax policy will meet the needs of the many, but eliminating taxes would certainly meet the needs of everyone because they wouldn't be taxed. So you're making some sense here. You want to help the abuse of black brothers and sisters over the centuries? Eliminate taxes. That would be a start. I don't know if they would physically help them, but they would certainly have more money if they had businesses or jobs, sure. Kind of a strange reason to eliminate taxes or to fix the tax code, though. I mean, there's plenty of other reasons to do so. I guess one man dying in the street is a good reason to eliminate. Hey, yeah, I don't care. That's a great reason. Let's eliminate taxes because someone died. Why not? Corporate and private philanthropy can never achieve the impact needed to address these systemic inequities. I get confused with these terms. Systemic inequities. So we're talking about money. And corporations and private companies or individuals who are rich, I guess, can never achieve the impact needed to address these systemic inequities. Unless, of course, the system is the corporation or the banker is, the banking organization that's causing these inequities. But companies and individuals who are able must do what we can until our political leaders lead. So apparently, politicians suck, and individuals who own companies and private philanthropy is better than the politicians. Guess what? I agree. I think individuals are much more powerful, or should be much more powerful, than the government. So they want to do their part. I'm with you so far. Don't like the first slide. That was kind of nonsensical. Second slide, not helping much. Third paragraph on the second slide, getting rid of taxes. Okay, sure. Between Bad Robot and the Katie McGrath and JJ Abrams Family Foundation, we are committing an additional $10 million over the next 5 years to organizations and efforts committed to anti-racist agendas that close the gaps, lift the poor, and build a just America for all. We are so woke. We are so virtue signaling. We're putting our money where our mouth is. It's like, bravo, Bad Robot. You're doing something. You're investing into companies or organizations or charities, what have you, because you think black people are getting unfairly taxed. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. We are humbled to announce initial investments of $200K for each of the following organizations. So we have Black Futures Lab. No idea what that is. It sounds like a dog, Black Labrador. No, but obviously it's not. Black Lives Matter. Of course, let's give more money to these people. That can't go wrong. Community Coalition. I have no idea what this is. Equal Justice Initiative. Interesting. As if justice was not equal, apparently. The justice system has just been unequal, and all the laws are wrong. Know Your Rights camp. So they're giving basically $1 million a year for 10 years. That's $10 million to all these groups, because black people are getting taxed too much. I mean, that's essentially what this is saying. Forget all the philosophy, forget the message, forget all the crap, whatever this nonsense is all about. Black people are getting taxed too much. And JJ Abrams doesn't like that, and he wants to give money to these 5 groups so that the political powers that be stop taxing the black people. I'm like, hey, your philosophy is nonsensical, but I like your ends. I like your means. However that works. Of course, he's not actually advocating for lower taxes. He's just saying that's a good thing. We're going to give money to these groups anyway. And they don't really care about other political leaders. So, yeah, he wants to spend some money. He wants to give some money to these groups, which I don't know what that's going to do. But good luck, people. Good luck there, JJ. Throw around your money any way you like. Bravo. You're the person with the most money, or you're the person or the group that put their money where their mouth is, and I guess that's commendable. But got to work on your polite conversation and to make some damn sense so I can understand what all this nonsense is all about. Anyway, if anyone has any idea what this is all about or has a better insight, please leave in the comments below, because I'm not too sure exactly what's going on. But thanks for listening, and have yourself a great day.